With January in the books, we thought we would take a look back at one of the more famous market prediction tools called the January Barometer. So this first came up in the early 1970s in the Stock Trader's Almanac and was made famous really for its thoughts of, let's take a look at January and what does that mean for the full year. So we went back and looked at the data, and there's some truth to it, to be honest. So you'll see this on your screen here in a minute. So if you go all the way back to the inception of the S&P 500 in the 1920s, it's positive on an annual basis, a little over 70% of the time. When January has a positive return, a positive annual return is more likely, up to 85%. When January is negative, a positive year is a lot less likely, more like 55%. So this is looking back historically. And as you look deeper into the numbers, you see some more truth to this. So the average annual return, again, over the full period, a little over 11%. In years where January was positive, it moves up to more like 17. Years where January was negative, down to more like 2. So this is the reason why it's been popular. We've seen this persist over, close to 100 years at this time. So we mentioned before, there are reasons why these trends persist. However, we always caution, averages can conceal a lot, and there's certainly no guarantee. So we've seen years where January was positive that had hugely negative returns. We've also seen big positive years and years where January was negative. So we'll see both sides of this. But again, the odds historically have been higher of a good year when we've had a positive January. It's just something to keep an eye out for. Also note that you may see different numbers than I showed you on my slide here. That's often when people look at a post-World War II forward. So in that case, you drop out the Great Depression and a couple of other really strong positive and negative years, and it can kind of distort the data if you leave those out. So we look at the whole history. And again, I think the whole point of this is similar. Positive Januaries have typically corresponded with positive full years. So we'll see if that remains true in 2026.